Hello and welcome. In this video, we'll be capturing the source database. This step is used to capture a snapshot of the current state of your third-party database. It is necessary to provide SQL Developer with a point-in-time view of your database. Once this step is complete, the migration wizard works on the metadata that is stored in its repository instead of issuing queries against your live database. I have got my Oracle SQL Developer open, so we're going to be migrating from a third-party database, which is SQL Server, into Oracle. Before you can use the migration wizard, you need to establish a connection to the source database, which I've already established here. And also you need to have a repository, which I also have already created in previous videos. I'm going to be migrating from SQL Server 2014 into Oracle database. So I've already established my connection here. This is my connection to my SQL Server. So just right click on your connection and there should be an option here to migrate to Oracle. Click on that and you'll be given this dialog box. So this box here is known as the migration wizard. So this is a migration wizard. On the left here, it gives you a series of steps that the migration wizard takes in order to completely migrate a third-party database into Oracle. So the very first step is it tries to identify a repository. You can see this is already highlighted because it has detected that I already have a repository. And then it progresses to this page, this option here, where you have to give the project a name. And then here you identify the source data, you perform a capture, you convert, translate, and then you get the target database, you move the data, and this is a summary. At each time of these steps, you can always escape this process by going into the summary page if you want to pause the migration process. So let's progress with the migration. Click on next. So we need to establish a connection. It automatically detects the connection where the repository is held. So this is my repository is held under this connection. Don't forget we have different connections to the Oracle database, and this is the repository one. So it has automatically detected that. So these are the different steps for the migration. If you wanted to escape or pause the migration at any point, you just click on this summary option here, and this summary page will escape the migration wizard, which you can always come back to later. Anyway, let's progress. So I'm going to click, it tells you here proceed. You see this option here that says proceed to summary page. If you check that, it will escape this repository, this wizard, and enables you to pause the migration. So I'm going to click next to continue. Next, I need to give the project a name. You can see this is the stage I'm at now. Since I am migrating from SQL Server to Oracle, I'm just going to type in SQL Server and I'll do a dash, and the name of the database is called AdventureWorks 2014. You can give yours any name, but it's good to give it a meaningful name. You can put a description in here if you wish to do so. And then we've got the output directory. This is where you can specify where the migration scripts and the migration logs where it's to be stored. So you need to specify a location. So when you migrate, there's usually scripts generated. So this is the location where the scripts will go, and also any logs. So let me browse. I've already created a directory on my local C drive, so I'm going to browse to it. So I'll click browse to browse the directory. It's actually on my C drive, and I've called it SQL to Oracle DB. That is my directory. So I've got it highlighted. I'll just click select, and it pops the directory into the path here for the output directory. So any script generated from the migration and also the migration logs, this will be the output directory for it. Once you've got that selected, click next, and then you've got this option. We are in the source database step. So when you are doing migration, you can choose online or offline. If it's a very large database, you most likely want to choose offline. And what that happens, it will generate the scripts offline for you to use. But because this database I'm using is not that big, I'm going to go for the default option, which is online. In large corporate organizations where they have large migrations, it's usually done offline, where migration scripts are generated offline so that they can do the migration at a later time. We've got the option for connection here. This is where the source database is specified. You can see automatically it has selected the source database. Once you've done that, click next. You can see we now jump to the capture steps. So it gives me a list of all the available databases. So I need to select the one I want to migrate. So I want to migrate the AdventureWorks 2014. So I highlight that and just click on this arrow and to move that into this area there. We've now captured the source data. So in the next video, we're going to progress to the next step, which is the convert step. All right. So thank you so much for your time. Bye for now.